Hello team, this is Angers. Thanks for watching this content. I really appreciate your time. Abby has shared with me her vision for Olhs and Ocean as a learning health system. And during my first screening interview, I was asked what would be the two things that I would do to help Ocean to build a learning health system. As a part of the effort to answer that specific question, I wanted to share with you my 2 year plan to bring that vision to life. So this is a big concept. I thought it would be helpful to add some visuals as I talk you through it. Before I jump into this, let's first start by answering two questions. What is a learning health system, and which components are important to build a learning health system? Well, simply put, it is a health system in which knowledge generation processes are embedded into the daily practices to generate continual improvement in care. Any learning healthcare system has two components, one afferent and one efferent. The afferent one represented here by the green arrow and the efferent represented here by the blue dark arrow. The afferent side is where the data is collected and assembled from various sources. Then the data is analyzed through various means, building new informations and findings. This new information and finding is interpreted, building a new body of knowledge. The new body of knowledge is shared with the communities of practice, jumping start in the efferent system. Feeding the finding back into the system in various formats, it changes practices and outcomes, and it goes back to the learning loop. Needless to say, the success of the learning health system will depend in two key components. One, the reliability and effectiveness of our knowledge management strategy, and two, how engaging, ubiquitous, and user friendly is our knowledge sharing strategy. For this reason, this plan has three phases. Phase 1, building a scalable and replicable knowledge management strategy. Phase 2, rethinking and redesigning our knowledge sharing strategy. And phase 3, launching our learning health system with a pilot composed of a group of high performing and engaged members. During the first quarter of 2020, we will kickstart the planning by identifying the stakeholders, creating an assessment of our current state, and drafting a comprehensive plan to be presented and approved by AOT by the end of first quarter. A mature knowledge management system takes time to build, as it has many components. Fortunately, Ocean already has many of those components, making a current state assessment vital. In planning, three components should be targeted. Number one, taxonomy development, agreeing and structuring a cohesive system of labeling documentation, facilitating the storage of the system explicit knowledge. Number two, information governance, in order to guarantee that the standardization is maintained across the board. With just these two components, we're going to be enhancing our document repository systems. These three knowledge management building blocks are key to our knowledge sharing strategy. They will allow the system to accomplish three big wins. First and foremost, it will increase the reliability of our knowledge management strategy. Two, it will solve one of the number one complaints of our document repositories and LMS, which is findability. And lastly, and often overlooked, it will allow us to take advantage of current and trending knowledge sharing technologies that are AI dependent, such as micro learning platforms, voice user interfaces, and chatbots. With these building blocks in place, we can rethink and redesign our learning and development, both internally and externally. With findability being improved, we will be able to increase our members' engagement around our trainings, and using the same strategies, we will facilitate the transfer of knowledge between members through our communities of practice. At this point, the conversation of embracing new knowledge sharing paradigms and technology, such as learning experience platform, will be prudent, with eyes of launching our learning healthcare system. Now we can start our Ocean knowledge management credential. where we select a few high-performing members, helping them to put into place a similar KM and KS strategy and pilot our learning health system approach among this group of members. Ready to launch. This will provide direct member feedback and helping us with mapping the knowledge through the entire system. A fully mature learning health system look like this. Having a learning loop where changes to the practice leads to collection of more data. The new data again is assembled, analyzed, and interpreted, becoming a new body of knowledge. That new knowledge is properly managed and applied by taking new action to change and improve once again. The practices at the end modifying the behavior of the practitioners and the patients. As you can see, every complete cycle gives new data that builds off of that data from that previous cycle of learning. If the definition of insanity entails doing the same thing over and over and expecting different outcomes, then taking the step to create an ocean as a learning health system will be to have wisdom. So what does this mean to Ocean, and what does this mean for our members? This means that we teach ourselves and our members to learn systematically and, most important, continuously. Healthcare and business are dynamic, and becoming a learning health system is a must. Thank you very much for your time again, and looking forward to continue the discussion with you.